Alright YouTube, what is going on? My name is Bigfoot, welcome to our brand new series. We are playing some SimAirport, but this time on career mode. I'm guessing that you will probably have multiple questions seeing this. Let me just address a few things quickly. Since the last time I played this game has changed drastically. I last played this game about maybe 18 months ago when it first came out. Now there's a lot more features in it. Some of these are, for example, multiple floors. You can go 2 up and 2 down. That allows for less cramped airports, allows for separate security areas, separate baggage areas, it allows for underground tunnels, all this sort of stuff, which is really ideal. Then on top of that, you've got a lot of new improvements in areas like baggage. Baggage is very complex these days, I would say. You've then got fuel, you've got wiring. There's a lot of stuff in this game which has really changed. Retail is another big area, as you can see, lots of kiosks and food joints as well, on top of restaurants, so there's just an abundance of new stuff in this game. Then, I've also been playing quite a lot of this game, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, in my spare time. I've been going ahead mainly just playing Sandbox mode really, and just giving myself imaginary scenarios really, and just allowing for my brain to take over. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started with this series. So what we're doing is we're doing career mode, so we have a set budget and we need to go ahead and try and make ourselves as profitable as possible. For this series, we've not got an end goal, but I would like to have maybe 30, 40, maybe even 50 flights coming in and out per day, which is quite a lot to be fair when you think about it. Considering we've only got 1 gate right now and this is our starting airport, it's really not pretty. This is the worst way I would start an airport. I would not go ahead and have everything all grouped together, but unfortunately this is just the way it is currently. We are going to go ahead and make these changes very quickly though, and then hopefully going forward things will get much better. I do have an idea of what I want to build in my head, and on top of that as well, I'm going to treat this airport like a very remote Scottish Highland airport. So we're starting off small, but then we're going to get bigger, and we're going to take in like trans-Atlantic flights, for example. That's what I'm sort of imagining in my head, so maybe go along with that. So the first thing I've gone ahead and done is I've gone ahead and built some foundations. We need to first of all expand security. We also need to go ahead and build baggage claim. I want to start to expand ticketing, move this restroom out the way because it's just in the middle of the terminal building, and then I also want to go ahead and probably move this female restroom here as well, and maybe this male one too, just because it's too close to this gate, or I at least need to move this female one anyway. Not really at all sure where we're going to put it, but it's too close to this gate and I want to go ahead and sort it out a little bit, so anyway, we'll get there as time goes on. What we're going to do to start off with, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got no flight scheduled, I want to go ahead and pre-look for some flights, but I don't have the facilities really to handle any planes right now at all. So we need to get to that stage. Very much we're going to start off with small planes. As you can see now, things have changed quite a lot. So this is a small plane marked out by the S. It's very much, you've got a lot of characteristics now which you need to go ahead and care about. Flight cancellations, fees, sizes of planes, what you can handle, and very much our airport is the bare bone basics. So to start off with, as we can see, airline interest 34%, it is very low, and it is going to be until we get some upgrades on the go. Okay, so that is the extensions built, which is a good start, so we can go ahead and start to do a little bit more now. So let's go ahead and clear this area up. What I want to do is we're going to clear a hole in the wall there, that's where a door is going to go. While all this is going to go on, we are going to actually start to add in some more ticket desks as well, though not there. Can we cancel that? And let's go ahead and stick you in there, and then let's do 2 more. And then on top of that, we're going to have a ticket kiosk area over here as well, I think. So this is where people can come ahead and print off tickets if they have them. And then that allows me to go ahead, and if I want to actually add in another desk, the thing is I need to be self-conscious with my money. That's the one thing I do need to be, because everything costs. And I need to make sure I don't go bankrupt straight away anyway. Okay, so that's a good start. That's an extension to our ticketed area. The next thing I want to do is probably go ahead and add in some queues, because we need to allow for people to queue for the ticketing area. So let me go ahead and add in queues. Now, queues have drastically improved in this game since I last played. As I said, very much I have been playing in Sandbox, but you can go ahead and now have segregated queues by like crew, first class and second class. And then you can also go ahead and the drawing of them is much easier, I feel, and you can clearly see them, which is good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add in about 4 queues here all in all, which is perfect, and that'll operate those 5 gates. And then once you've queued, you'll come round, down past, and if people don't need to drop off bags and then go into the ticket area, you wouldn't need to go through the queue though. And then what's going to happen is we're going to have maybe some benches out here, and then we're going to allow for people to just clear and go through security. Right now our airport isn't secure, but that is the least of our worries. Okay, so what I want to do is actually want to clear this female bathroom and that door and all these walls for that matter. I want to reuse the bathroom products, which I mean by that like a toilet and stuff like that. We do have a storage area, so all these areas, if you've not played this game, the gist of it is it's very similar to Prison Architect and Another Brick in the Mall in the building system. So you have foundations, you have areas where passengers get dropped off, pickups, you also have deliveries, and you have a storage area. In with this storage area, the stuff that I remove from here will be moved into the storage area, though our builders very much are still going ahead and bringing in a lot of the other stuff. As you can see, they're bringing in boxes to construct the ticketing kiosks. Once you bring everything in, they will actually go ahead and start to build it. So it will take them a little bit of time to go ahead and sort things out, but as we can see, those boxes are coming down, so we can now go ahead and move into start to build our new bathroom, which is good. The only downside is though, is this is going to be a very, very small bathroom, but it is what it is. So we're going to allow for 5 different cubicles, and then we're also going to need some sinks as well. So let's go ahead and put these sinks in. Now for the time being, I don't have money to go ahead and put down floors, so we're going to leave it. Well, I mean, we might as well investigate it. How much is floors? That is the question. Zones, it's not in zones, so I do need to go ahead and take the nun tool to this old female restroom, and then we need to go ahead and apply the new female restroom like that. Let's also go back into objects. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a door. And there we go. So that's the new female bathroom built, essentially. And it should be in operation now, which is good. Okay, so with that, I was going to investigate floors, but I'm unsure. Because how much do floors cost? $40 per. Not bad. Yeah, okay, I think we'll go ahead and put... I mean, that's only going to cost me $1,000, which isn't too bad at all. And we'll also go ahead and upgrade the flooring in there. Very much, if you've seen my Another Brick in the Mall series, I like to go ahead and put certain colours down for certain floors, and very much white is bathroom-esque. Okay, so now that's all done, we'll go ahead and slow the game down once more. So that's an improved ticketing area. I do need to go ahead now and I'm going to dismantle this desk just because I don't like it there. I can get 2 desks in there, so we can go ahead and optimize that. We're then going to go ahead and assign queues right now. So we'll assign you to you, we'll assign you to both the left and the right queue, and we'll assign you to that desk there. Then we're just needing to wait for this builder to take this desk down, which is perfect. We can go in here. I think we're going to have too many ticket desks to start off with. However, I am allowing myself to build for the future here, so it isn't too bad. So that desk that that builder just took away, she can actually just bring back in, which is good. And then we only need 1 new desk instead of 2. We can then go ahead and assign that desk to those 2 queues, and we'll assign you to this queue here. So there we go, that's pretty much the ticketing area sorted for the time being. I'm very much happy with it. There's a large gap here in the floor, but we'll deal with that at a later stage. So the next thing I want to do is add in some sidewalks. How much is that going to cost? A lot more than I thought, so we'll go ahead and cancel you, and we'll go ahead and just maybe make everything too wide for the time being. So that connects up to the drop-off area, and then we'll also need to go ahead and have a sidewalk down to the pickup area. So that's me already gone ahead and spent, like, we started off with 450,000 by the way, so you can already tell we're spending quite a bit of money here. The good thing is though, is that we are nearly ready to actually go ahead and accept our first flight. What I do want to do though is upgrade the security side of things. So if we go ahead and go into operations, then we're going to go ahead and add in an extra... yeah, an extra bag scanner in here, and then we're going to go ahead and do some more metal detectors, though I want to spread this all out a bit, so we're going to go ahead and actually cancel this. I'm actually going to re-jitter all of this around, and we're going to move it back the way as well, because I want an area to queue for people to be able to... it's just going to make more sense, trust me. I do actually want to go ahead and build some more foundations too, for that matter. We'll do a little bit here. Not too much, but I want to go ahead and have a corridor come along here. So have you like 4 wide or something. Maybe only 3 wide for the time being, actually. You'll see why all this is happening shortly. So that's gone ahead and cost me another good 50 grand as well, which isn't good. But we'll recuperate all this cost, and if we need to, we'll jump into a loan. So while we're at it, I probably do actually want to start some research, because this is going to be very important. So, construction allows hiring a construction foreman. So I don't need escalators, maintenance, one-way taxiways, or runway inspection. Don't need any of that right now. Technology, don't really need much of that right now. Operations, we could do with multi-lane access quite shortly. We could do with standby gates, upgraded buses. Finances, I feel finances would be quite important too, so we'll go ahead and start to research finances. It's very important in our case, because if we need to take out loans, then we need that VP of Finance unlocked, so we can go ahead and actually allow for that. Okay, so let's speed the game up again. What I'm also going to do here is, while we're at it, we're going to go and right click and dismantle you, and then dismantle you, and dismantle you. So that's going to sort of break the security area, but that's fine. What we just need a queuing system here. We really need a queuing system. But we'll get to that stage, and again, these bathrooms are probably going to have to move too. But that's fine. Actually, this is going to work out really, really well. So we're going to go ahead and clear these 2 areas. Again, that actually is free, which is good, and all that will go into storage, subject to our storage area being large enough, but it is for the time being. I don't know what day it is going to be we actually get a plane into the air. It could be probably day 4 or 5, realistically, the way that all this building is going. So this extra corridor here, which we're working on, it's going to allow for passengers to go around the new security area. And it's going to be much, much more rewarding. We'll also do that small corner there too. And, I mean, this isn't a long-term solution, but I'm just trying to segregate things off. That's really what I'm trying to do. That requires a secure area. We don't have a secure area right now, but that is fine. Okay, so we're just waiting on, basically, our security updates. But I need for my builders to go ahead and finish what they're currently working on, which is fine. Let me go ahead and also clear a gap here. We can do maybe 4 there, and then we'll also clear a gap of 1, 2, 3. That's only 3 actually, isn't it? We need to delete all of that anyway, so that's fine. Looks like they're moving on to the bathrooms now, which is good. So they are getting there. It is just taking them a bit of time. I could hire more builders, but I don't really have the money for that right now, just because we're going ahead and really doing a lot of building very, very quickly here. Let's get that out of the way. We need to go ahead and de-zone these 2 areas. That's easy enough to do. The only downside right now is we'll only have toilets before security. But again, that should be quite an easy fix going forward. So let me go ahead and... bad wind conditions, which isn't good, but we're not flying yet. Let's go ahead and... I'm in the wrong menu. We need to go ahead and... where is my demolish tools? I very much need my demolish. It should be in construction. Yeah, clear. Here we go. So that should allow for that wall to be cleared, and that allows for this thin alleyway to be erected. Okay, so now we can go ahead and actually move the security zone back. So let's slow the game down once more. what I want to do is go ahead and build from this side here. So we're going to start off by going ahead and going into objects, then ops again, and we're just going to build more metal detectors, just have a much bigger security setup here. So what I want to allow for is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we could go for 5, but I think I'm actually going to leave it for the time being. Then what I want to do is build a wall. That wall is going to come along here. So actually we might reallow for a bathroom to be built in there, but we'll just have to wait and see how things go. Then what we're going to have is we're going to have baggage security desks. We're going to have some of these here. So we're just making a little bit more room for everything, as you can see. That's not really going to work, is it there? So we're going to go ahead and cancel all of yous. And we're not going to quite have everything going perfect. Actually, no, that will work. So baggage, the top one here, people will pass through that and then they'll go through that metal detector, so on and so forth. So that should work okay. We might need to go ahead and move this wall back so someone can get in there, but again, I'm not 100% sure how that works. They should be able to get into that bag scanner, no problem, but it really all depends on if staff members can actually go on top of the baggage scanner or they need clean access from the side. Finally, let me go ahead and add in the remaining thing, which is ID check stands. So we can go ahead and stick one in there, one in there, one in there, and one in there. So as you can see, security has drastically expanded from what it once was anyway. And now we can go ahead and move it back. And this means we can also have a queuing area as well. That's really what I built this for. We're going to be seriously broke here, aren't we? Very much so. Right, let's actually sort out the zone first before we do any more walls. So let's get rid of this security area back to there. Then let's take the security area and let's go ahead and enhance it. So that's the new security area, much larger. Again, unfortunately, I need to wait for some of this stuff to build so I can actually properly put it down. But that's good, that is so much better. And it will allow for just such a higher increased capacity. Not that we'll necessarily have it all manned. That's something we might not have, but it allows for multiple flights a day, multiple flights at the same time. I should be able to process a lot of people here. Okay, so with that said, we can now go ahead and build a wall. Which we're gonna... Actually, do I want to build a wall? I don't think I do. We just need to have lots of queues. That's really what we need to have. So what we're gonna have is we're gonna have a queue starting from... Every single ID stand here is going to have a queue. That's what I'm aiming for. So let's have a queue come back here. And that's quite a basic queue like that. Then what I want to do is have a... Maybe just a first class queue and a crew queue in the middle. You need to get your crew through security. That is one of the highest priorities I've found in this game. Then let's go ahead and have another... Yeah, we'll just go for another quite a long queue actually, I think. So we're only going to have 3 queues for security, but it means you have to queue for security going forward, which is good. Quite happy about the system we've got. We can also go ahead and add in some flight boards as well. Obviously very important in an airport, and we can go ahead and stick them in the gaps there and there, which is nice. And yeah, security zone is, I mean, that's that pretty much done. I want to get as much of this done this episode as possible because for the next episode I want to kind of be flying. We're going to leave that patch blank for the time being because I want to put a new carpet down in this whole terminal and not go for this old one. So that's why I'm going to leave it blank for the time being. Now with that, this means now we can go ahead and finally dismantle you. I know it seems weird, but I want to add 2 desks in. So let's go ahead and desk, because I want to just move it back a tiny bit. I just want to actually move that old desk over one to the right. And then we can also do some more queues as well here, which is good. So we're going to go for, let me think. I want to ride my bicycle. That's a song. I'm getting distracted here. Right, so this is what we're going to allow for. We're going to allow for this queue to come along here and just fill up this whole area, basically. I realise it is a small gate, so we probably are never going to get queues this long. However, we can support queues this long. So this will be like just the everyone, and then we'll have a first class desk just over to the side here. So we'll put that there, and then we'll just have quite a small queue for this one here. That's probably the best bet. So let's have you queue back here. Let's have you go up, down, round, and that'll be the first class queue. So it's going to be incredibly small. Let me go ahead and assign you to this. So this is going to be coach first and flight crew. Whereas this one here we're going to assign to here, though we're going to take off coach. So that means it's only first class and flight crew, which is nice. Okay, so that's good. Now, the security, I can go ahead and actually sort out the zoning of this. So let's go ahead and redraw this security zone, which is good. You still require well, no, that's perfect actually. Security staff can now come over and come into play, which is nice. Though you're all going to go to ID stands. I knew that was going to happen. So we're going to need a lot of staff for here actually. But you can probably really get an idea of what I'm going for now. Let's now go ahead and assign you to this queue here. Though again, we're not gonna... Or no, we will allow coach there. Then what we're going to do is assign you to that and this middle one. Then we're going to take coach off. And then we'll do the same with this desk here. We'll assign you to the middle and this one. And then we'll assign you to this here. I think that's going to be okay. I think that's going to be a good system all in all. If not, then we can add in more queues, or we can expand this area quite quickly. So the final thing I need to sort out is actually baggage claim, and then make this a secure airport. So let's go ahead and add in some security exits. We're going to have them probably right at the start of the corridor, and then right at the ends of the corridor. So you know, for example, when you're leaving the airport, they'll have doors which says like no return from this point. This is basically what these security gates are, so they're only one way. You can only go from right to left, and this will allow us to come out into baggage claim. What I want to do is actually cut it back, and long term we'll go ahead and expand down here and add in a big baggage area, but for the time being that's not the case. Let's go ahead and zone, let's cut back this zone, and instead of just dumping all the bags on the floor, which will start off, we're just going to have a baggage carousel. Though that requires... No, okay. Right, so baggage claim right now. Bags are just going to be dumped on the floor. It's going to be as low-key as that. Okay, so let me go ahead and hire some staff now, and let's actually get this airport up and running. So hire staff, it's going to be $30 an hour, which is quite a bit of money, but we're going to need to, unfortunately. And same with security. Though you're only $20 an hour. How does that work? Because security, you probably require a bit more training for, so anyway, not going to challenge it. Let's go ahead and hire maybe... That should do. We've hired 5 security people. Maybe make it 6, which is fine. So that'll fill up the security area. With regard to staff, we are going to need to hire quite a few more. Probably at least 7 all in all. So that's perfect. That is perfect. And I think we're pretty much good to go. We're pretty much good to accept flights now going forward. Though again, I'm not really at all sure how bags are going to move from A to B. I might need to build a hangar to allow for a baggage car. I think we might actually have to, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So the final thing I need to do is go ahead and assign at least one gate agent desk to the gate. So let's go ahead and assign you to these 2 desks, and then these desks have been assigned to queues. So we are good to fly, amazingly. Now our runway is very basic, it's very small as well, so we need to expand that quite quickly. As we can see, there's lots of upgrades we can do with runway lights. We can do an instrument landing system. I was about to say automated, but kind of similar. And then we've also got approach lights as well, and indicators, which allow for flying at night, which I'm pretty sure you have to unlock. But we'll get there in the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and see who's actually interested in flying to this airport. Not a lot, definitely. Let's go ahead and lower this very quickly. So as we can see, a lot of airlines are locked, and a lot of airlines are got very limited planes really interested. Okay, so let's go ahead and take in this plane here. We're just going to take small aircraft for now. I don't know how many people are going to be on this, but it means you're going to require the gate and the runway for 90 minutes, which is good. So we can take one of you. And then we're just going to start off our first day probably with like 2 flights, and we'll take you as well. Hopefully these 2 aircraft can land at the airport. I'm assuming you guys can. but we'll just have to hope. The runway is very, very short in fact, but we will, that's one of the first things we'll do is just expand the length so we can go ahead and take in some bigger aircraft. That's another reason why I'm taking small aircraft. I couldn't support large, even with the inside airport facilities, but also on the outside. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and sort out the scheduling now. So if we go ahead and I need to pop you up a little bit. So in the morning at, say, 6 AM, that Aero time 8608 is going to start, and then we'll have the WestJet at midday. What I will do is I will allow for expanded hours on the first day, just because I expect there to be delays. Right now, unfortunately, we can't do early AM flights because we've not unlocked it, and we also can't do nights. Early AM I'm not too bothered about because it's not that popular, it typically just never is, but night can be a very good money maker. A lot of people fly at night, and I very much want to go ahead and tap into that when we can. How's the research going? So we've already completed finance, going to start operations now. Doesn't look like I get a notification when I complete research, which is kind of frustrating, but hey ho. Right, so let's go ahead and speed things up, because essentially we're now just waiting for tomorrow. How much am I losing per day? That's the big thing, though I want a graph, that's what I want, but we need a CFO and we require an office for that. We will get to that stage, so I think the offices are probably going to go in over here. And we're just going to have multiple, just wee basic offices for the time being. We will have a massive office area at some point in the game, however that will be later on as time goes on. So we're down to 175,000 as well, which is not good. Not happy about that. Overall, we're making negative 20,000 per day, which is a lot, but the thing is we can support probably 4 or 5 flights a day now, which is good, so hopefully we'll be able to make that back and start making some money. If not, then we are in a big problem. Very big problem. Can't take out a loan, very much so, but we'll have to wait and see. What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is make this first episode slightly longer. I do tend to do that in my series. I just wanted to make sure that we're getting planes flying and all is good. So even on ×3, we are moving very slowly. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pick a 3rd flight for tomorrow, maybe even 4 flights, because we can get another one in the afternoon and we can get another one in the morning. So let's look at these star flights. There's another AM small and another... Oh, I can actually take PMs, or can I? I don't know, that's a large PM, so I'm not going to take that one anyway. But no other airline have any interest in PM at this airport at this current time, which is a shame. But let me go ahead, and I'm actually going to cut you guys back to 2.5 hours. You'll arrive at 9. It's going to be quite a busy schedule, this actually. So that planes cannot be delayed. Then we've got that WestJet. And then we can have you can actually, yeah, okay, so even we can use the night time. Even though we've not got planes landing, planes can overlap. So what we'll do is we'll have you come in at 1 till 4, have an hour gap till 5, so that means then we can move you back to, I don't know, probably 9:30, so that gives me just that little bit more time, and the planes in the afternoon do have much more time. They have 3 hours, where it looks like the morning flights will only have 2.5. We just need to get to the stage now where we see a plane landing. I really don't see why a plane wouldn't land, but knowing this game there will be something I've missed, and I'm kind of worried as well because the weather is worsening at the worst time. We have somehow increased passenger satisfaction, so people are turning up for the flight, which is good. But I don't know what's going to happen with regards to bags, that's the big thing. So are bags moving? Doesn't look like it. People are going through security, which is good though. And there's no big queues, which is nice. I mean, I have spent a lot of money on this. I wouldn't expect there to be. People don't know what to do because there is nothing through here. But again, that's something will change as time goes on. We need people to start to queue for the flight now. The flight has arrived. Oh my word, the flight has arrived. And quite a fair amount of people got off as well, actually. Let's slow things down. How many people are getting on this plane? 39 passengers. Okay, not bad at all. So these people have had their bags just dumped out there because we don't have a baggage system in place, but it will do for the time being. People have got their bags through. And yeah, there is this car. You see this car which is scooting about? This is going ahead and golf cart. This is hopefully taking bags out from the desks, and it took it to the plane. The plane's 100% boarded. That means it's got all the people and all the bags on it, and it's away, ladies and gentlemen. It is away, which is exciting. But we didn't make a lot of money at all. We really didn't make a lot of money, which is not good. Kind of worried now, actually. But that's the first plane away. And that is a success. So ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. Hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave a like, rate, and subscribe if you are new around here. I've got multiple other series going on in my channel. I've had another SimAirport series. That one was a Sandbox. I'll put the link in the description below. I'll also go ahead and I've got current multiple series, Transport Fever, and also another Brick in the Mall. For people who are asking where another Brick in the Mall is, it will return after 5 episodes of this series. And in the next episode we should get on to a lot bigger and better things. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this video, so thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.